Hello everyone! Today, we are going to present a Java application that allows users to manage diary entries. This application is designed using a linked list to store entries and an array for sorting. Let's dive into the main components of the code.
Now, I'll be explaining the diary entry class. This class represents a single diary entry. It has three main attributes, which are author, a string that stores the name of the person who wrote the entry; date written, a string that stores the date the entry was written; content, a string that contains the actual diary content.
Now, let's move on to the diary class, which manages the diary's entries. Now, this class has several important components. We have the head, a reference for the first entry in the linked list. Entries, an array that holds the diary entries for sorting purposes. The size, an integer that keeps track of the number of entries in the array. Max entries, a constant that defines the maximum numbers of entries allowed in the diary. Now, the diary class provides several methods. We have the add entry. Now, this adds a new diary to both the linked list and the array. And the remove entry. Now, this method removes an entry based on the author's name. We have search by author. This method searches for an entry by the author's name and displays the content if found. Search by date. Now, this method searches for an entry by the date written. And we have bubble sort and selection sort. This method sorts the entries in the array based on the date written using two different sorting algorithms.
Finally, I will explain the DiaryCatalog class, which contains the main method and handles user interaction. In this class, provides a menu-driven interface for user to interact with the diary application. So here's how it works. The program starts by creating a scanner object to read user input and an instant of the diary class. And then a loop displays a menu with options to add, remove, search, and to sort diary entries. Based on the user's choice, the program calls the appropriate method from the diary class. For example, if the user chooses to add an entry, they will be prompted to enter the author's name, date, and content. The loop continues until the user chooses to exit the program.
Now, let's try to run some programs. First, we want to add something to the diary. Enter the user's name, the date written, and the content of the diary. Today, I left home to study Java. Now that enters to the program. Let's enter another one. Let's name it Kenley. Say this year, December the 19th. Enter the diagram. I went to Manila to visit my family. that also enters to the array. Now let's enter another one. Let's name it Aaron. Let's say this year, June, say the 10th. Today, I ran a half marathon and finished it. Let's enter another one. Let's name it Carl. This year, say the start of the year. It's the second date. So today starts the second day of the year. Now let's try to search for an author. Let's search Kenley for an example. And there we go. Let's search up Kenley. Now, let's try to remove a certain diary. Say Aaron. See? Now that one got removed. Now let's try to maybe search for the date written. There we go. Got found. Now let's try the bubble sort. See, all entries are sorted by date using bubble sort. Now let's try selection sort. And there we go again. Now let's exit the program.
This diary application demonstrates the use of linked lists and arrays in Java to manage and sort diary entries. It provides a simple yet effective way for users to keep track of their thoughts and experiences. Thank you for listening.